Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can create app shortcuts when you are using Google Play game services in native Android application. So let's get started. Now currently if you see this documentation, the only app shortcut which is supported is this profile switcher, but later on they might add a few more shortcuts as well. But as a developer you don't have to do anything, you just have to write the same code, and probably the other shortcuts, if they are added in the future, will be available to you. So let's see how to do this. So first thing which you require is you require a paid Google Play console account, otherwise you will not be able to proceed further. Okay, so first just go to your Google Play console, and here you can just click on create app. Now before that, sorry, using Android Studio I have just created one project. I'll show you the code later on. If you want, you can use Jetpack Compose or XML layout, empty views activity. I'm using empty views activity. There is no UI logic as such, we only have one button, that's it, nothing else. Okay, so I've just created one Android application using Android Studio, and make sure you give it some proper package name, because this package name will be used in our application as well. So let's come over here, give it some name. So I'll just give it as Travel New Zealand. You can give it whatever name you feel like. Alright, and here it should be selected as game. This will be free for me, and I'll just check this checkbox and I'll just click on create app. So let's just wait for this. Okay, so it has created the app for us. So then next click on grow users, go to play game services, click on setup and management, click on configuration over here, and here click on create new play game services project, and here click on create new cloud project, click on go Google Cloud Console. Okay, so next we just give it some name over here. So I'll just give it the same name, Travel New Zealand. Alright, and here I'll just click on create. So let's just wait. Now here you can see it has selected the wrong project for me. So once this project has been created, make sure you click on this select project so that the right project is selected. So once you have selected the project, you just have to click on this, click on API and services, click on OAuth consent screen. So let's just wait, click on get started over here. Then here again I'll give it the same name, and here I'll just select my support email ID. I'll click on next. Here I'll click on external, click on next. Here just enter your email address. I'll just enter my email address. I'll click on next over here. I'll check this checkbox. I'll click on continue. I'll click on create. Okay, then again you have to click on clients. You have to click on create client, and here I'll just select Android, and here you need to give it a package name. So I'll just come over here, and this is my package name. I'll just copy it and I'll paste it over here. Now you need to get a SHA-1 certificate. So I will be just using the debug APK. We won't require to upload the release APK to Play Console. We can test it with debug APK as well. So for debug APK, the easiest way to get SHA-1 is just run this command inside your terminal. So I'll just use the Android Studio terminal over here. So let's just wait. So here is the terminal. I'll just clear everything out. Okay, and I'll just run this command. So this will generate the SHA-1 for me. If you are using release APK, you can run this particular command, but here you will have to replace it with your own key password, store password, alias name, as well as the key store path. So let's just wait for it to generate the SHA-1. So here is the SHA-1. Now make sure you use this particular one, the debug one. Okay, so I'll just copy this SHA-1 and I'll paste it over here, and I'll just scroll down. I'll just click on create again. I'll just click OK. I'll click on create client again, and here I'll just select web application and I'll click on create again. I'll just click on OK. Let's come back to Google Play console. I'll click on done over here, and here just click on refresh cloud projects, and here I'll just select Travel New Zealand. I'll click on use. Then I'll just click on create credentials. I'll click on add credential over here. I'll select Android. I'll just select Android client, and I'll click on save changes. Okay, then I'll just scroll down again. Sorry, we need to go back, so I'll just click on this back icon. Then again I'll just scroll down. I'll just click on add credentials. Scroll down, click on game server, and here click on refresh OAuth clients, and here I'll just select our web client. I'll click on save changes again. I'll just click on this back icon. Then you just have to click on review and publish, and here first we need to perform this action, so I'll just click on one of those, and I'll just copy this. I'll paste the same thing inside description. Here I'll just select the whatever you feel like game type, and here I'll just drag and drop this game icon which I have already created, as well as the feature graphics. So this is the game icon, so I'll just drag and drop it over here, and this is the feature graphic. I'll drag and drop it over here. Okay, so let's just wait for this to upload. Okay, then I'll just click on save changes. Then again I'll just click on this back button. I'll click on review and publish, and I'll click on publish. I'll click on publish game project. Alright, now let's come back to our code. So first here you can see that inside of first you need to go to this particular build.gradle.kts file, scroll down, and here you need to add this dependency of com Google Android GMS Play Services game version 21.0.0, which is the latest. If you want to migrate this to version catalog, you can do that as well. I'm not doing that. Then you need to go to res layout activity underscore main, and here as you can see I have just taken one button for login. That's it. Even this login button is not necessary, but I have just taken it for the sake of it. And then inside Android manifest, if you want to add the internet permission, you can add it, because the internet permission is handled automatically by Google Play Game Services, but you need to add a check inside your Kotlin code that whether the user is connected to internet or not. I have not added that check, but this particular feature requires it to be connected to internet, otherwise you won't be able to log in. Then here you need to copy this particular bit of code, and from where will you get this particular value? So you will get this value from this. So this is the project ID, so make sure you add this particular metadata tag. Now this is the second metadata tag which you need to add. So if you come over here, app shortcuts, here you can see, if you scroll down here you can see from here I have copied. So basically what this value 2 is, these are the number of shortcuts which we want to limit for Google Play Game Services. But like I said, at the time of me recording, Google Play Game Services was only supporting this profile switcher shortcut. So even if you don't add it, it's fine, but like I said, make sure you add it just for the sake of it, in case if they add more shortcuts in the future. Alright, so next you need to go to this main activity file, and again here we haven't written any app shortcut code. Only code which we have written is login using Google Play Game Services. So here you can see these are all the imports which I have. Then here is our Play Games SDK.initialize, and here is our game sign-in client, Play Games get game sign-in client. Then is authenticated, add a complete listener. Here we just check whether the user is authenticated or not. Then if user is authenticated, then we just do play games.get player client, get our current player and add a complete listener as well. If task is successful, then we display a toast message, and this is the entire player result. If you want, you can print it out and use it however you feel like. else we just display a toast message saying user is not signed in. Then this is another button for login, and here we add a click listener again. So we just do game sign in client dot sign in, add a complete listener, and if task is successful then we just do play. Again, this code is exactly the same which I have shown you above. If you want to like extract it in one single method, you can do that. Okay, so nothing really changes. So yeah, now I'll just let me just connect my device and show you guys the output. Just give me a second. So I'll just run my application. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. I'm not editing this part out because yeah, editing it's not my forte. It takes a lot of time. So yeah, that's why I'm just running the application. Okay, let me mirror my device as well. Okay, so here you can see our app is launched and it will automatically sign us in. So here you can see it has automatically signed us in. Now I talked about app shortcuts, right? So what you can do is you can just go back to your home screen, and here you can just long press on your app icon, and here you long press on your app icon, and here you see the choose profile option. So I'll just click on the choose profile option. Okay, so once I click on choose profile, it is trying to load all the Google Play game services accounts which I have. So here it is displaying me. Sorry, I have blurred this part out, but you can select whatever option you want. So if you want to select other option, you can do that as well. So I'll just select the other account which I have. If you only have one account, it will only show you one account, and I'll just click on save. Now once I will, so I will open the Google, like the app again. It will show me the sign in with new account. Okay, so I'll just open my app and I should be able to sign in with the other Google Play game services account as well. So here you can see I was able to sign in with the other account. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Thank you for watching. Bye.